Did you miss your deadline to renew your Medicaid coverage? You can still send your completed annual review form to Healthy Connections Medicaid. You may be assigned to another health plan, but you can ask to come back to First Choice within 60 days of renewed Medicaid eligibility. It's your family. It's your choice. First Choice is the right choice. Renew and choose us. Visit selecthealthofsc.com/renew to learn more.
Mic check, mic check, mic check. Greetings, everyone. Happy Sabbath. It is a Saturday on the month of December. Blessed love to you. This is Italis One coming at you today, sending out greetings to everyone. We're gonna have a little talk today, and I know it's been a while since I've been here, but bear with me. We're getting through December. As you know, it's a holiday season, sending out season greetings to everyone. Love to everybody, and hope you're in good and fine spirits. Yes, we are here today. So it's been a while, about a week now. We haven't done a podcast. We've been catering to our channel on YouTube, Italis One. I am Italis One. You can find us, and we've been catering to the other platforms, putting things together, making sure that the content is getting out there, and you guys can view it. Yeah, so it's been a challenge among other things, and we are just continuing to push and continuing to pray until something happens, because we are on the road to 2000. It's been growing gradually, which we thank God for. At least we're not stagnant, but it's been growing gradually, and we're still looking forward to great things. Right now, as I speak, many of our subscribers and fellow vloggers and live streamers are, pressing, putting in the work, and we also are putting in the work. So it is understandable if we are not able to get to everyone, but when we do get to you guys, please, just remember, sometimes it's just a one-man operation, until the team comes, until God sends our destiny helpers, which I know you're out there listening to me. We can work and make it something great. Until then, we are praying for you guys, and we're praying that increase come your way. Yes, people. So it's been a beautiful time of year, and I'm enjoying it. I hope you are. I hope God is blessing you on every level, on every stage, on every platform, because His blessing may not be the way that I would like it to be, but He's still blessing. As far as I see, as long as I can get up on a daily basis and greet you guys and do what I have to do, He's blessing. He's blessing. He's blessing. Yes. So where should I begin? I was talking with a fellow comrade of mine, and he kept on telling me some things that, bother me, because it's a recurrent conversation. I don't know if you ever had someone that that you've regularly communicate with. Could be weeks, months, years, but sometimes it gets to the point where you're tired of the same conversation. And it came up to me that this individual my comrade, kept on speaking about the same situation, and it looked like it wasn't going to change. But I told him I had to stop him and said, I don't know if you notice it, but you notice we always talk about the same conversation over and over. And it's not in a positive light, it's in a negative light. It's in a light where it's very dim. And he began to explain to me that yes, he does recognize it, but it is something that he has to just get off his chest. Well, being the person who I am, I understood what he is saying. Yes, there is a time for venting, there's a time to get things off your chest. But then there's also a time of action. And to me, I believe the time of action had come where the person had to reflect on the words that were coming out of their mouth, whether it is positive or negative or in between, a gray area, like it's neither positive or negative, but it's just gray. And I'm not a gray person, I'm either all the way or I'm nothing at all. And I had to stop the individual, because I'm concerned about the person, but yet at the same time I recognize the potential of the person. So I had to stop the person, and I said, brother, where is your faith? And faith is something, as the scripture says, hoped for but yet not seen, right? And I know me, I have faith. There's a lot of things that I hope for, and there's a lot of things I've not yet seen, but I've always stuck to my faith because first of all, it's ingrained in me. Second of all, my ancestors, they instilled that in me, right? Now, I know it's the same for this person. I know it's the same for this individual. But yet, as adults, sometimes, we get caught up with what the world dictates to us as people, right? And, when I was speaking to him, there's something that just ignited in me. Like, it just ignite like a spark that turned into a flame. And I had to say to the person, I said, brother, where's your faith? You have to draw on the foundations that were laid for you. The beginning, draw on the foundations. Because if you don't have a proper foundation, you can never make it in this world. Some people, by God's grace, do make it because, God has some special assignment for them. We're not talking about those people. We're talking about people who God had, from the beginning, been there from the time they come out of the womb until the time that they are going to die. It's always been there. These are foundations, and He has specifically placed you based on your heritage, I should say, right? And this individual, because I know this person, I said, brother, you have to remember the foundations your ancestors laid, right? And most time, like I said, nowadays we only go as far as our parents, and if we even remember our grandparents, some people go as far as that. But for me, I remember the whole conversations I had with, my parents and my grandparents and uncles and aunties. All of these conversations are still relevant, and I still hear the voices of them speaking to this day. And I often wonder, why people get so distracted. They don't think of their ancestors and don't pay homage to their ancestors in a proper way, right? Why are they so railroaded and they forget the principles and the the good things that they have taught them, and their mind get distracted, to the point of depression, and it escalates, sometime into madness and all these things. And it's, the Spirit of God just told me, say, they forget the principles. They weren't very good listeners. They would say, yes, I hear you. But hearing you and listening to you is two different things. You know what I'm saying? So I had to explain to him, go back to the foundation, go back to the root, go back to the beginning, go back to where it first started, and work your way from there. Get the faith back, get the faith back, because you lost the faith at some point. You're working off of flesh, you're working off of energy, you're working off of muscle. But all of that is irrelevant if you don't have faith, because I know his hardships, I know, what he's going through. But all of this is doable, right? All the hardships that we face in life is doable. They have a saying, God won't give you more than what you can bear. And it is true. If he didn't think you could bear it, he wouldn't allow you to go through it. Not true. It is true. So, with saying that, I believe this individual is looking an easy way out. And the easy way out is ridiculous. It would never happen. Right? First of all, if you have an assignment and the assignment is assigned to you and you find it a little difficult, you can get help. But the answer is within you. You cannot bypass it. You cannot bypass it for no reason. And also, your helper, which would be your parents and your family members, they were assigned to you from birth. And for whatever reason, you should have been listening, and you should be able to draw back on that information that you got from them. You understand? This is what I shared with the individual. I said, you should be able to draw on that information you got from birth until now to make a stand in this world and be able to go through.
Are you struggling to conceive? You have options, and at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group, we'll make sure you have the guidance and support you need. PREG is known for individualized fertility care that's unique to every patient. We take the time to provide a reassuring and empowering experience because we believe that you deserve nothing less. Let us help you on your journey to parenthood. Visit us at pregonline.com to learn more. Get the guidance and support you need at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group.
Victorious at whatever level right? Yes, the ball still falls in your court, but you still have what it takes to make it. You have what it takes to get through the sickness. You have what it takes to get through the financial hardships. You have what it takes to get through the marriage, the parenthood, the relationships. You have what it takes. All you have to do is draw on the knowledge that you gained from your ancestors. It is true. And what God said, right? I, I gave a good example where it was Jesus, and Jesus appeared unto the disciples in the upper room, right? And they were at that time they were all, in a frenzy, talking and barking at each other, and the faith started to dwindle because they were wanted men. And at that time, there were some women amongst them, that God bless the women them, who encouraged them, hold on. It's not as bad as it seems. He said this, he said that. And as they were mentioning that, Jesus walked through the door. The door never even opened, but he walked through the door. And, people rushed to him. The disciples rushed him to basically touch him. And he said, "Don't touch me, because I have not ascended unto the Father yet." Right? And some of them understood what he was saying, but there's always one. So the one that didn't understand what he was saying basically was Thomas. Thomas thought he was seeing a ghost. He was, whatever. And he said, "I won't believe it is you unless I put my finger through the nail print in your hand." And Jesus, who was wise, said to him, he said, "Blessed are they who have not seen, but yet believe." Right? And he was basically talking about faith, So yes, Thomas had pushed his finger through the nail print in his hand, and he saw that it was Jesus resurrected. But that goes to show some people, and we're not here to judge anybody, but we understand both sides of the equation. You know what I mean? Some people have to see things to believe, and some people don't need to see nothing, just take it by faith. God's word is God's word, and that's it, signed, sealed, and delivered. But we understand both sides of the coin, and thank God for God's mercy. He is more understandable than us human beings. But Jesus said, "Blessed are them who have not seen but yet believe." And this is where the faith come in. You understand me? We have to have that faith where nobody, no matter what them do, what them say, whether them encourage or don't encourage, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that you are focused enough to believe that God got your back. It is God's work, God's plan. You see me? And God's work and God's plan can't fail. No matter how bad it looks, it can't fail, because at the end, it's a happy ending. It is a happy ending, and the results are 100%, not 99.9. It is 100%. but you have to have that faith, right? Even if you see it and you believe, then you still end up with faith, But you're in a better position because you don't see it and you walk with it every day. You walk with it every day. And this is what we need to keep going, right? This is what we need when we are doing our podcasts, when we are doing our live streams, when we are vlogging, blogging. We need faith, man, that people will come in. And there's many stories like this. And there's another story that come to mind, but I'll share that at another time. Because sometimes faith requires extreme action. Yes, faith requires extreme action. And we are gonna go into that at our next time, because you see, why when I get into that one, I don't know if I can stop. Maybe I'm gonna have to do a 2-part segment for that one. But that one definitely is standing on the promises of God, which take faith too. It takes faith, Well, let me finish this one. I remember a woman that is dear to me, and I remember this woman, she had faith. But when I was saying, remember what the ancestors did before, she's one of my ancestors. And I remember when I first heard the news that she had a project that she was trying to accomplish, and it was her dream, but she needed support. And when she had started the project, she basically had a fight. She had a fight. Let me tell you, people would naysay and criticize, and it was to a point. It was a biblical fight. It was literally biblical. Yes, man. But that lady drew on her faith. She drew on her faith, and the faith brought her through delays. It brought her through sickness. It brought her through discouragement. And at the end of the day, the project got finished. It got finished, and it's still standing to this day. The building that she erected was a church, and believe you me, it's still standing to this day. So when I tell you it is spiritual, right? It is spiritual. It is facts. It's spiritual faith that allow people to succeed, right? Some people succeed and they don't even know, or they think they do it on their own will. But trust me and believe, there is people working in the background praying for these people that they will succeed the task that is being assigned to them. Yeah. And I'm sure this individual, this lady that I'm talking about that fulfilled the project, had people in her corner, and people who from years past contributed to her project and saw the good that would come out of it. Yeah. So for the most part, you know, not everybody will get this message because it's still a puzzle to some, but it is learnable. It is something that can be attained. Faith don't cost not a single cent. It is free. But what it does take from you is the will. It takes you to have the will to have faith, right? It takes the will to perceive things coming to pass. Yeah. And if you don't have that, yeah, I'll be truthful, it's very hard. It's very hard. So be encouraged, brethren. This broadcast, it was not planned, it was not written down. There are no notes, but may I tell you the truth? This podcast will succeed. It will. By the grace of God, it will. And I know that a lot of, content creators out there are struggling, but you're gonna make it. No doubt about it. If this is your passion, if this is your dream, and you have a vision that, it will reach to higher heights. Yes, it can. It can. Just keep on doing the work. You know what I mean? Do the work. Put the work in and do the work. Because it will come to pass. Guys, do me a favor. I know it is holiday season. Everybody is busy. But share this broadcast. Share this broadcast. I need 2,000 subscribers. I'm close to 2,000. I would like to reach 2,000 by the year end of 2023. My hope and my desire is that we reach there. So I need you guys to like, share, and subscribe. Share out the live. Encourage each other. Drop a comment so we know that you are listening and that we're on the same team. Yeah, it's mega love shout out to everybody. Too many to name. And thank you for listening. Go to my YouTube, go to my Instagram, go to my Facebook. I am Italis1. You just can find me there and we can link up. All right. I'm looking also for collaborations with individuals who are of like spirit. So if you're not of like spirit, you're wasting time. And if you are of like spirit, let's move forward. Definitely. So love and peace to everybody. We hope that the Lord continue to bless you. May His countenance shine upon you. May His grace continue to lift you up. Happy Sabbath to everybody. And love. I am out. Italis1. Thank you so much for supporting. Have a good evening. Blessed.
Did you miss your deadline to renew your Medicaid coverage? You can still send your completed annual review form to Healthy Connections Medicaid. You may be assigned to another health plan, but you can ask to come back to First Choice within 60 days of renewed Medicaid eligibility. It's your family. It's your choice. First Choice is the right choice. Renew and choose us. Visit selecthealthofsc.com/renew to learn more.